Emotions, they don't play any significance in our decision-making process, right? You and I, we both know that it is wrong. I'm Sergej with neuHouzz team here in the South Okanagan in Penticton. And today, let's quickly discuss emotional roller coaster that all of us experience when we make those big significant decisions, specifically to a real estate transaction. Now, before that, I will share a quick personal story. I was 21 years of age. I was only about 5-6 years in North America as a young Russian boy. And I got married. I got married early. And then at 21, we had to get our first family vehicle. I was hell bent to get the Jeep Grand Cherokee. My wife, she's scratching her head, wiping her forehead. Why do we need that Jeep Grand Cherokee? I said, that's the one. That's the one I want, and that's the one we should get. We looked at Nissan, we looked at the Honda, but Jeep Grand Cherokee was the one. We pulled the trigger and we got it. Only about 7 years later, when I started to pay closer attention to psychology, human behavior, studying about people's behavior, and specifically understanding my own personal human behavior, I realized that my decision at age 21 to purchase Jeep Grand Cherokee was specifically driven by my past. Let me share with you what I mean. When I was 14 and 15, growing up in Russia, going through turbulent times, I saw that successful people were driving vehicles like Jeep Grand Cherokee. They were driving some other larger SUVs, but that's who I saw, that's what I believed, and that's what registered in the back of my mind. Now, funny enough, that most of those people who were driving those Jeep Grand Cherokees, they were mafia and criminal folk. But that's a whole nother story. How does all of this apply to real estate? Let's picture this. A first-time home buyer walks in the property, they seeing the house, they seeing the rooms, they step in the backyard, and that's where they realize that they can see their kids running with the puppy around, and the white picket fence is already there. All of a sudden, it's not just a home, it's a dream home. And now all of a sudden, they are blinded by emotions. They are starting to not notice the number of renos that they need to do. They are seeing the maintenance that's been neglected, and that's where somebody who is on your side needs to step in and help you navigate through that. What about the couple that is downsizing, that is moving from a property that they worked really hard for, they accumulated a lot of wealth, and now they have to move into something smaller. They don't know if the single family detached home or maybe a townhouse or a condo is the right move for them, and they are nervous. That could slow them down. They could hesitate. They could make them hesitate. Again, somebody who's on your side needs to step in. Be patient, not just logical, but patient. Help them navigate through that difficult process and challenging process of selling and buying, helping to weigh cons and pros of that move. Maybe it's discussing the differences of what both properties, all kinds of inventory can offer to them. Exceptionally difficult for folks who are selling a property and they've been there for 30 years. Maybe their partner or spouse passed on and now they buy themselves, and they feel that by leaving that property, they would be giving up of what was their past. Those emotional attachments are holding us down when we know the right move is to move, because the longer you maybe stay there, the further you're going to be deferring that much needed maintenance, because you can't potentially do it on your own. Therefore, that's where a conversation and discussion with the real estate agent, what is possible, who can help you not only see that from the logical perspective, but also understand the emotional roller coaster you're experiencing. That's what's important, is to find that right person who can help you get and navigate the negotiating process. Once you get to that, when both parties are extremely vested in an emotion, the seller and the buyer, they're both digging heels into the ground and they don't want to move. A real estate professional, not just a salesperson, but a real estate professional, need to be able to pull back, slow it down, explain it very carefully, and help either party that they're working with to see the situation for what it is, to help them understand that there is nothing personal between two parties, and help them remind them that it shouldn't be, because just both parties have strong emotions. And that's where the right captain of the ship, a right advisor, is a critical piece of your real estate successful transaction. Guys, every single week I'm speaking with my business partners in the office and I'm reminding them, like, hey, don't just be logical, be patient, have empathy, and step into the shoes of the people you're working with. Because for us, we are very systematic. We know exactly what we need to do to help our clients to navigate the difficult transactions, when we maybe to look for pitfalls, to look for hidden expenses that they might experience, and discuss that and help that bring to the surface without making the situation more difficult. It's just that we need to know about it and we need to see that. But being just logical is not always the right thing. And by the way, there's only a small group of people who are capable of staying very logical and very neutral without emotions in a real estate transaction. You and I know it's a specific group, and those are just investors. They are very strategic about numbers, and they know when they need to walk away, how much they're willing to pay or sell for, what they need to get. And it's just it's just about numbers. They have no emotions. And that's a unique quality not everybody is able to obtain. And that's why it's a small number of people. So, folks, I hope the story about my personal experience entertained you a little bit. Hopefully, we'll have an opportunity to have a discussion with you. Maybe it is buying, maybe it is about selling, but make sure when you are working with somebody that you are picking the right people to be on your side, to look after your interests, to help you navigate this complicated, sometimes, world of real estate. And one promise is that we will always put your interests and needs before ours, because that is the core principle of this real estate office. So, folks, make sure to check out below top 5 properties that were chosen by you, by all the buyers out there that hit the market this week. Click the links, go to wineandwatercountryhomes.com or neuHouzz.ca. That's where you'll find your searches. You can browse all of the listing inventory in the South Okanagan. If you need to tweak those searches a little bit, we're happy to do that. Drop us a text, drop us an email. We will help you with that. And of course, it'll be our privilege to meet you in the future face to face, maybe work with you. And if for whatever it is, hopefully you're enjoying those little clips and videos. And enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next week. Take care.